Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3, testing. Alright. Seems like I can be heard loud and clear. Hello, 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 everyone, and welcome to another stream of Fate Grand Order. Today, I'm hoping we can finish Traum. That is my general goal. I don't know quite how long it will take. Could be faster than I expect, could be longer than I expect, but it should still be a few shakes of a lamb's tail. So, last time on Fate Grand Order, we marched on the Revenge Realm. After throwing hands with Johanna Bradamante and the other Reinstatement Realm servants that remained that wanted to join us, potentially. After we decked it out of our systems, then we marched to the Revenge Realm. And we were met, of course, with Tummy Tomo. But Kodak had obtained a new warrior, Siegfried, the Dragon Slayer, husband of Kriemhild. And he was able to fend off the arrows of Tummy Tomo, at least for a bit, until Astolphos gave his life, and with the help of a miracle, took down the robotic archer. Once we reached the gates of the Revenge Realm, Roland gave up everything he had so that the gates would open. A miracle created from giving up his very body, his life, and even the memories of him that everyone held dear were all gone. We rushed into the Revenge Realm, only to be met with Zhang Zhu, who we left some people to fight. And eventually, they defeated him, using in a combination of a helpful old archer, the same gunner that took down Salome. Seems she was waiting for a perfect time to strike him down, or to rebel against the Revenge Realm entirely. And then, with a little help from Don Quixote, his second noble phantasm, Zhang Zhu was defeated. But it might have been just another clone, because it crumbled to golden dust. Meanwhile, we, as in I, Karak, and Siegfried, who else was with us? I don't remember who else was with us. Infiltrated the castle and started fighting waves and waves of guards. They were unending. But seems Kodak had one last trick up his sleeve, a small elemental Vi remaining from his Anastasia servant, and that he used to try and support us. After we broke through and Kirihime showed up and helped clear the way, we finally threw down with Kriemhild. After an arduous battle, he reigned victorious. Yeah, that was the word I was looking for, reigned. But with all their power expended, Siegfried decided he wanted to go, fighting by Kriemhild's side to show his love. And so we threw hands with both of them and let them glitter away together. Now we return to, and that is where we left off. There's some cutscenes, but there's one final thing to address. Of course, because the singularity won't be repaired simply from that. No. What we need now is to take on Moriarty. So let's do that. There you are. I haven't heard the report on your battle, or I've already heard the report on your battle. Now for our report. We eliminated Zhang Zhu, but he disappeared the same way he did in the assassination mission. Hey, Ina. Or hey, Doppel with Ina as he plays 285 over 2 days. I thought it was 358. Man, the fucking numbers on that game are confusing. Anyways, I hope y'all are having fun. Typo, is it? I don't know. Like, I think it's 358, but I do not remember clearly. .385 over 2. I typoed. Okay. Yeah, I can never remember the exact number sequence. Also, an hour in and no gameplay. Yep. Yep. I mean, it's Kingdom Hearts. It's Kingdom Hearts. Are we really surprised? It's Kingdom Hearts. We MST'ing the bloody thing. So I'm not able to confirm that he was the real Zhang Zhu. What about Siegfried? I see he hasn't returned with you. He and Kriemhild died together. Hey, at least he's got the Holy Grails off her first. I see. However, we have all 3 Holy Grails, yet the singularity persists. This must be his doing. An earthquake? No, this must be... Emergency transmission. No, wait, what is this? Don't clap at me. Congratulations, members of a righteous reinstatement alliance army. The rebellion against proper human history has been brought to an end, and the singularity will collapse. Oh, so you believed. I'm surprised you're patching us into this call too. Who are you? My name's James Moriarty. I'm a fond disciple and the last servant who still rebels against proper human history. Well, hello there, Brother Montaigne, Your Honor. Long time no see. I didn't expect to see you two swayed by your emotions, but I did account for the possibility. No use crying over spilled milk. You were originally on proper human history side anyways. The singularity just happened to inflame your existing passions. You may be right. Do you also mean to say that the same isn't true for you? Of course. Uniting the 3 realms is merely a necessary ritual regardless if you ultimately did so. A ritual? I see. Then it seems you're no different after all. Oh, in what regard? You said the singularity didn't affect you. But I don't buy it. Oh, I see. Yes, perhaps you're right. Lord Holmes, Lady Dalrymple, what's going on? Who is this man? Well, now, this isn't Don Quixote de la Mancha. Alright, tell him tall tales in the flesh. And your companion there would seem to be Sancho, Delicia, Rosentaya. Oh, and one more word about my inner workings and all. One more. Hold on, try to remember her voice. One more word about my inner workings and I'll sue you for sexual harassment. Well, that's a response I certainly didn't account for. Good. You two are just fine. Not that you'll last much longer either way, though, will you? So it seems like our lore has come to an end. Yes, it would seem so. Well, congratulations to both of you. Oh yes, thanks for your valiant efforts. This singularity will be sticking around forever. So everything you've done here has been meaningless. Tell me, how's it feel? That's your big revelation. Young man, as I have a great deal more experience than you, let me tell you a little secret. War has always been meaningless. Life is itself always but meaningless. But that does not mean we should just throw up our hands and give in to despair. There's nothing wrong with being a little delusional, as long as you treat those delusions with respect. I wasn't thorough about my dream of becoming a knight, and so I did my best to live like one. If you're determined to be a knight, real or not, you can't go around robbing and stealing like a common thief, can you? Not to mention, this particular war is special. You know why? It did have meaning. Tiramisu and our companions are still alive. I see. Okay, everyone. Looks like I'll be taking our leave a little ahead of the rest of you. Let's go, Sancho. Yes, sir. My sir already said just about everything I wanted to, so I have nothing to add. Goodbye, everyone. You too, Lord Moriarty. But before we go, I have something I'd like to give you in lieu of being more helpful, Minerva. Or, in lieu of being more helpful. Minerva. Oh, Minerva. She should be faithful scout for you right through the Singularity's final moments. Well, sir, shall we? Indeed. Farewell. Bye. Man, they were great. Alright, buddy, what do you want from us anyways? Why, fight, of course. I want to show you with Codea. Or more specifically, with Sherlock Holmes. I see. Naturally, I accept. After all, you're my greatest rival. Perfect. And now we shall pit our wits against one another fair and square. Should your mind up for forming my expectations, mister, then this match will be yours. If your abilities are as I expect them to be, victory will be mine. Come, Sherlock Holmes, show me what you've got. Where will I find you? I'll prepare the stage for us in the very center of the Singularity, where all three realms' borders meet. I call it Richenbach Falls. It's fitting, don't you think? Yes, I suppose it is. Alright then. Goodbye, mister. Goodbye, Codea. Goodbye, all you fair servants. So James Moriarty's finally showed himself. Although I still don't understand his role in this Singularity. When he paid us a visit, he advised us to unite the three realms and warned us about Codea. That was all. I get the sense he didn't really care about any of us at all. In fact, he may not even cared about the Singularity. I think all he wants to do is settle things with Codea. And especially with his arch rival. Looks like this is as far as Johanna and I go too. It's been a long and winding road, but above all, it's been an honor to fight by your side. I do need to say though, even now the realms have united, part of me still aches to rebel. That's really how you feel, huh? Yes, it is, Your Imperial Majesty. Really hope I can get summoned normally next time. Well, goodbye. This time I was on my way too, but I'll be praying for the bottom of my heart. I still can't fully shake my revulsion for proper human history, but I won't let that stop me from praying for your safety. Besides, if it produces an emperor with a smile as kind and gentle as Constantine's, then proper human history couldn't be all bad. In fact, right now, I can answer your question with pride, Charlemagne. Yes. Yes, I can put my beef aside to answer that wish. Alright, good luck, everyone. With few exceptions, every servant in the Singularity felt at least some desire to rebel. This was a consequence of their master's influence, not the foreign disciples. No, that's not right. Countless command spells were used on all sides while the war was ongoing. That remains our greatest clue. As I suspected, Moriarty's only a foreign disciple, not a master.
That's enough, Holmes. We need to set off at once. You're right, my apologies. That said, I'm afraid I'm still unable to repair the damage to my spirit order. I would really slow you down when you face Moriarty. It seems it would be better for me to return to Kade's spirit order graph rather than add to Master's magical energy burden. Charlemagne, father to us all, will you watch over Master in my stead? To that end, it isn't much, but I want you to have the magical energy I would have needed to incarnate.
I appreciate the thought, but unfortunately I'm kind of a big eater. It'd only be keep me around for another minute or so, if that.
An extra minute would be more than enough for you. Am I wrong?
Maybe not.
Well, Master, Kodak, Holmes, I shall await your return back home.
Thanks for everything, Count.
Peace out.
Servant return signal received. We'll get him to the infirmary as soon as he gets back.
I in the singularities night. Let me try it. In the singularities nearly inside now. Let's keep it up for the final push, everyone. When we get back, can you make me something? What exactly do you have in mind? A deluxe carbonara. I see. So you become entranced with the pleasure of a piping hot carbonara with generous portion of bacon mixed in. Very well then. Make sure you bring a big appetite when you return.
Excuse me, sir, but Fo says he'd like you to make him a plate too.
Huh?
Now then, Minerva, would you kindly scout ahead for us?
Hey, Juju.
No, it was a Taoist amulet. Looks like she just made it so you couldn't miss it. Looks like a letter here.
Let's see.
Hey, if you're reading this, then I must have died in battle.
Damn it.
Actually, maybe we won, and I just disappeared after. Ha! Well, either way. The point is, y'all helped me a bunch. And I helped you a bunch, too. So, before I go, I want to leave you with one last bit of info. I think that each servant has a different master. See, I tried to divine something about my own master with my Taoist arts, and it said... kind, forgiving, understanding. Why? I still can't forgive them. That's what they were thinking when they summoned me. When I tried the same divination on the servant, it said, kill, unforgivable. They can pay with their lives and it still won't be enough. Why? Later on, the same servant went over to the righteous realm, to the revenge realm after our war against the reinstatement realm. Made me think the reason each servant has different degrees of revulsion towards proper human history is because, well, we each have different masters. And if that's true, it would mean there are many masters here as servants. Hell, maybe there even used to be more. Anyways, I thought this might be helpful, so I just wanted to let you know. Bye.
Multiple masters. It's possible, but then that would mean...
Hey, Sherlock. Mind if we do our thinking on the way? I don't have a lot of time left here. I might even disappear right as we reach the Reichenbach Falls place.
You're right, my apologies. Let's be on our way. Fortunately, we still have that golem-drawn carriage the caster's made. We drive at a top speed. We should make it there in time and conserve your magical energy.
Thanks, pal. Alright, I guess rest up my spirit form for a while then. Well, this is awkward.
Kodak. You have some suspicions about me, yes?
Yeah, I do.
When you figured it out? Probably quite a bit before you would expect. And do you suspect me even know? Not sure. Maybe it was all in my head. You sure didn't seem to be holding back in any of the fights we were been in. Well, I always make sure to keep some fuel in the tank, so to speak. Because Moriarty's here, I get it. Can I ask you something? About the young Moriarty here and the middle-aged Moriarty you already know. Is there any difference between them? Good question. As I see it, the older Moriarty liked to play evil. As someone who's malevolently charismatic, he strove for something that transcended both good and evil alike. At least that was my impression of the man. But the Moriarty we encountered here is the opposite. He's actively attempting to be evil. Impressive as his servant powers may be, he seems rather a novice in the matters of evil. However, he won't stay that way forever. At least that's not the sense I have of him. Does that mean this fourth disciple's powers affecting his personality? That is certainly one possibility. However, thus far, we've seen 3 other disciples, Rasputin, Limbo, and Shinji Morimasa. Let's put Rasputin aside for a moment, since we had almost no contact with him. Despite containing 2 divine spirits within his body, Mr. Murimasa's personality seemed to be entirely his own. Limbo far more suspicious, but we also know too little to say for certain. It's entirely possible that chaotic persona was in fact his own. As for Moriarty, I didn't see any significant difference in his personality between his old and young incarnations. That aside, the abilities he told us are certainly astonishing. Or you've told us are certainly astonishing. So there were similarly no attacks that were able to touch him. There are a few things I could name who were known to be, or there are a few beings I could name that were known for being invincible.
Like Achilles or Vertra.
Precisely. Under certain circumstances, those heroes are able to nullify any and all attacks directed at them. If that holds true for Moriarty as well, we should be able to determine his weakness if we can uncover which divine spirits have been embedded in him.
I have a database of mythology from around the world right here. This hope it proves useful if you need it.
Let's maneuver. It would seem we've arrived.
Death of a detective.
Holmes? My apologies. This place brings back powerful memories for me. I don't blame you. You did die here after all. So did Moriarty. That should be, but...
Indeed, certainly not. I have no fond memories of this place. That's just a sort of obstacle one must overcome if one intends to alter fate. Don't you agree, mister?
James Moriarty.
Well, mister, did you find the answers you're looking for? Or are you going to determine my identity, my goal, my truth?
Well, looks like we're up, Master.
Wait, not just yet.
Huh?
Let me fight him one-on-one.
Seriously?
Absolutely. Something tells me I need to do this alone.
All at once, Holmes seems to flicker like a mirage. I'm guessing she saw the same thing. I don't know if she asked Holmes to wait or grabbed his coat to try and stop him. Either way, Holmes just only smiled and shrugged it off. Are you sure about this? Of course not, but... Are you sure about this? Whatever you do, just come back.
Of course.
Even I could tell he was just saying that.
Hello, mister. There's a mystery here. I used to think the only mysteries that could be solved were those with pieces missing. But perhaps I'm the one who's missing something important. In which case, I expect fighting you should allow me to regain whatever that may be. And if you win, of course. I will. You won't beat me. I hope that. I'm absolutely certain. I missed. No, it wasn't that. As I thought, my attack failed to function as an attack. I didn't even feel an impact from striking his body. The entire attack was nullified. I knew it. It's just as I suspected.
So tell the truth, I have no memories of you at all. Perhaps it's because I'm summoned in my youthful form. My memories of my life end with my youth. That's why I have such high hopes for you, Sherlock Holmes, my sworn enemy. You were meant to be the only detective who could match my intellect, oppose my cruelty, but you seem to have missed something vital right up to your final moments.
Oh, and what would that be?
The moment you stood before me, you've already lost. And now I'll show you why.
Here he comes. What the hell did that do? Come now. Well, isn't that inconvenient? Let's get to the bottom of this. Damn it.
Holmes!
Apologies. I must have been lost in thought. I must say, it's quite unusual for a human like me. Human. Yes, of course. I may be a servant now, but in life, I was a human. There were many different kinds of servants out there. Some were descended from gods. Some used divine spirits for their foundation. But one would expect most of them are human.
Hey, Mr. Holmes?
Do I know you? I feel hazy, as though I were in a dream.
I just hope when you could give me the answers to a mystery you've been wondering about.
Don't listen to him, Holmes.
No, my dear Watson. Mysteries demand an answer.
Thank you, Holmes. Alright, here's my question. This mystery is endured for as long as the singularity itself. Who is the master you were summoned to serve?
I've asked and been asked that question myself numerous times. Was it the Holy Grail and the Fourth Singularity? A chain sound that arose from my bond to Henry Jekyll? Every time I face the question, I've come up with a plausible answer that suits the situation. But I can't ignore the truth any longer, because now, at long last, the answers to the mystery of me finally clicked into place.
Mr. Holmes, I am well aware the plot to incinerate humanity has already succeeded, and that I have no means to counter it. Yet even so, there's a request I wish to make of you. And when humankind manages to resolve...
Whoa, she beefy. Hi. Welcome to the stream, Pathogen.
If and when humanity manages to resolve the incineration of humanity, another threat is sure to follow. The incineration of humanity is an erasure of human in history's past. Or why did it begin in 2018? I sense an impending crisis in that year. The incineration of humanity is not what stops history from developing beyond 2019. There was never anything beyond 2019. The King of Mages could see that as well. That is why he began collecting resources from 2018 backwards.
Aw, doesn't keep it. 2025 does not exist. So what's funny about this is like the dates are shifted by 2 years. So on JP it's 2017, but for us it's 2019. But that makes it hilarious since 2020 is like the big year that everything went fucking horse shit again. Like everything went downhill so fast. So it's really fucking funny.
This is a mystery I want you to solve. How did the incineration of humanity come about? What created the singularities?
That's right. Sherlock Holmes was summoned to London. I accepted Sir Badger's request and traveled from the fourth singularity to the sixth, because I had been told that was where I would find the Tri-Hermes, the Atlas Institute spirit drawing computer.
Lurk will work on those other clips now. All right. I hope you enjoy yourself, Pathogen. And thanks to the Lurk, sweetie.
Kildare's command room was unable to record these events thanks to the Atlas Institute's comm interference, therefore completely preventing Leonardo da Vinci and Romani Archimen from learning about them. This meant that a larger question was indefinitely postponed. Could a heroic spirit summoned by the land itself migrate to a wholly different land without a master? Theoretically, such a thing was perfectly possible. It was one of my abilities as a great detective. But if Romani Archman had heard of this, he would surely have thought of a different possibility. That Sherlock Holmes was summoned by a sentient entity, a master. Who would have thought? Who would that master be? The answer is obvious. My orders were to join Chaldea in the fight against the King of Mages plot, and spy on them. The only being who would give a servant such a mission is the foreign god. The foreign god summoned me. I've been the foreign god's servant since this all began. The foreign god's first disciple. Good grief. I have no memory of that whatsoever. That circumstantial evidence is undeniable. I must have sealed my own memories away, forgotten that I was actually the foreign god's disciple. I don't know if I did so to gain Caldea's trust or escape the foreign god's control. With the memories of my summoning sealed off, I'll never know for sure. But I can deduce what has most likely happened. I obeyed the foreign god's command when I was summoned. Much as I would like to believe I would never do such a thing, I must accept that I did. It's an irrefutable fact. So then, what was my motive? I wasn't brainwashed. I'm certain I agreed to answer the foreign god's summons after successfully negotiating with her. So what reason could Sherlock Holmes possibly have to obey her? The foreign god summoned me to London, and then she sent me to find Trihermes. Singularities, proper human history, lost belts, trees of infiniteness, star shapes, universal forms, god figures. The celestial bodies became unabsorbable, and numerous galaxies stood tall on Earth's surface. What incredible isolation. What incredible solitude. As though this very planet were cut off from the rest of the universe. Our world is already hollow, empty and void. Therefore... I see. Yes, that would be my reason enough for me to obey. I erased my own records, my own memories. But I didn't do so to hide the fact I was actually a disciple of the foreign god. I erased my memories of being the foreign god's disciple, because so long as I had them, I would have to obey the foreign god. That is who I am. That is Sherlock Holmes. It's not a matter of betraying humanity or even Chaldea. No, I fabricated this clumsy cover story so I could betray my own principles. My summoned self, as inscribed in history, was a cold, calculating man, a man who made his deductions without regard for good or evil. So I created another self, one who would act with concern for good. One the people of Chaldea would find endearing. One like my own past, or perhaps phantasmal self. I see. So that's what happened. Holmes! Watson. Or you, Elena. You don't seem to be the small Da Vinci. Perhaps you're Mr. Musu. Once you've eliminated the impossible, whatever remains, no matter how improbable, must be the truth. Though still broadly true, there's one flaw in this theory of mine. It doesn't account for situations in which finding the truth would put myself and those around me in danger. That's why I simply ignored this mystery. I sealed the entire problem away outside my thought processes before I could even arrive at a conclusion.
It's enough. You don't have to say anymore.
No, the seal's been broken. It couldn't be clearer who summoned the Revealer. I am a disciple of the foreign god. My job is to...
You got a translation there? Holmes!
Ever since I was summoned, other things had filled in for what I was missing. It's allowed me to see many truths, see through them and arrive at the correct answer. But right now, that's not what matters. I now know what Moriarty is after. I know what his goal is in the singularity. It's Chaldea. But then maybe that's not a problem. This man looked down at me. Looking down at me, he's young, wild, and deliberate. But he's also arrogant and conceited. So he is all but certain to reveal his objective to the others. So all I have to do is tell them what sort of power this Moriarty possesses. I see. Even now, I found the answer. What was that? It is simplicity itself. Miss Tiramisu, Moriarty wields the powers of Norns, the three Norse goddesses of fate. That explains why you're so absolutely untouchable, but that won't be a problem anymore. Yes, this is how it should be. I tumbled down the falls. Not because I was wounded, because now that I know the truth, I must disappear. I may have been the foreign god's disciple, but by averting my eyes from the truth, I've been betrayed my master all this time. And neither can I deny that I have betrayed Chaldea as well. After all, my job is to... Which makes this the perfect timing.
After all, the problem even you overlooked.
It's not that the problem was so difficult, even a great detective failed to recognize it. It's that Sherlock Holmes was simply ignoring it. That is what she meant. It was also a warning. I'm sorry, Miss Sion. I'm sorry I didn't realize what you were trying so delicately to convey. What else could I have done? A gentleman detective like myself, intentionally ignoring a problem. Unthinkable. Yet, that is the emotion I experienced. As a great detective working on the case of proper human histories, murder for justice. An emotion that ill befits the heroic spirit of Sherlock Holmes. I enjoy my time here immensely. Every day of it. The fiendishly difficult cases. The impending crisis. I may not have had Watson here, but I will deeply miss the days I spent traveling with so many allies. I turned a blind eye to the truth so I could remain with them. But I chose the best outcome. In lieu of the worst, I wielded a detective's greatest weapon. Reason and intelligence, right to the end. And now, I'm smiling. Smiling as Moriarty. At Moriarty as he looks down on me, stares back at me, his puzzled expression so clearly asking me, why? Why else? Because we, Chaldea, will win. There's no call for me to make such grand deductions. No, I can say this with absolute confidence. We will win. I have no fear of death. All I have is confidence in our victory. A slight sense of relief. James Moriarty, you may have won. The ultimate victory is mine. Goodbye, people of Chaldea. Goodbye, Mr. Zimlis. Goodbye, Miss Sion. Captain Nemo. Goodbye, Da Vinci. Goodbye, Gordhoff. Goodbye, Ilana. Goodbye, Miss Tiramisu. Goodbye, Miss Kirlight. Goodbye, my dear, dear friends. Ah, what a wonderful time this has been.
Sorry, that legitimately made me cry. Alright, I gotta continue.
I won. At least, I think I won.
Chills crawled down his spine. He wasn't afraid so much as bewildered. What was that acquisitive chuckle?
I still don't get it, do you? Who's there? Are you me? Why, yes, think of me as you, 30 years from now. What did you come to tell me? That you've made a rather dreadful mistake. You haven't a clue what you're doing, and who would know that better than me? No one knows you better than yourself now. Don't give me that. I've just defeated the man you spent your entire life losing to. Oh, indeed you did. You fought with Sherlock Holmes man to man and you won. Very dramatic, but you do have other things left to do, don't you? Well, good luck to you. You're gonna need it. Tch. Not yet. This isn't over yet. That's right. I can't be spacing out like this. I still have to. Well, Cadanes, have you seen for yourselves? Sherlock Holmes is dead. That's one thing done. So I have just one more to take care of.
What's that?
And take control of Cadea. Go over your entire organization for myself.
Eh?
Oh, don't tell me that's any surprise. I believe I can win the war you're fighting far more efficiently than you can.
All due respect, which I guess is none at all. Did it ever cross your mind you might be just a little furious at you after you killed one of our own? Also, you could have just asked to join us instead of this whole plot and killing off Holmes.
Yes, I suppose I can see how you might feel that way. Of course I understand.
No, you don't. You don't understand a damn thing. Read my lips. Piss off, shiphead.
I wasn't asking you. Well, Kirk, what do you think of my proposal?
Is that your way of saying you want me to become your master? What?
Right you are. I've no interest in taking pursue there whatsoever, you see.
Damn, then why did you get summoned?
You're far more diligent, passionate, and most especially sarcastic than she is.
Was that supposed to be a compliment? Sure didn't feel like one. Anyways, no, hard pass. I'm done with betrayals.
Oh, I see. That is what you're misunderstanding. You needn't betray Cadea. I'll be the one doing the betraying.
Seriously? So what, you're just gonna give up being a foreign disciple?
That's just it. I'm a foreign disciple. Not a disciple of the foreign god. My contracted alliance is not with her, but to the system she possesses. Yes, the foreign god summoned me, gave me power, but I'm under no obligation to obey her. I've severed my ties to that fate.
Right, the three goddesses of fate.
Exactly. As Holmes told you, I have 3 divine spirits embedded in me. On
full on there in skull, the 3 Norse goddesses of fate. I can cut a thread to sever one fate and spin a new one.
No wonder nothing could kill you. You kept changing your fate to make you undying every time you were attacked.
That's right, this power will allow me to throw off more shackles. I'm free now. However, I hate to continue the pretense that I'm still a full disciple. It is, as they say, not a good look. Besides, I only became a disciple to fate Sherlock Holmes. I was always planning to break my contract once that was done. And once I did, I'd rather have a new master. Well, like you, Codex Similis.
I see. Look closer at Moriarty as he stands near the top of Reichenbach Falls. His abilities are extraordinary. Tactics and strategies are highly refined. More than anything, he's speaking from the heart. You know, I can tell that much. This probably really does mean to betray the foreign god. If we let him to Chaldea, might actually be able to handle situations like this even more efficiently. Can't just dismiss his notion out of hand. Except there's just one thing. I'd be throwing away my pride. I would normally give a rat's ass about that. Not a human thing. That's human thinking. I'm not just a human, I'm a cryptor and a mage. I approach this rationality and tell him what I decide. Alright, you want me to be your master? Fine.
Correct? Excellent. Then let's get right to
Not so fast, I have 2 conditions.
conditions.
First, you need to fight Tiramisu and win. I want to see just how good you really are. Second, you have to accept the result without complaining. That's it. Just those 2 conditions. Should be easy for a guy with the goddess of fate, right?
It would hardly be a predictive battle, but very well.
You can do this, right, Tiramisu? Pop him in the face for Holmes. Charlemagne!
You better believe I'm here.
Charles the Great, the father of Europe, the first Holy Roman Emperor. You're undoubtedly an A-rank 7. But you're leaking magical energy like crazy. You wouldn't be able to fight for more than a few minutes at best.
Plenty of time to kick your ass then.
Asinine.
Alright then. How about I call in one more servant?
Another 7? You mean one of your 7s? Please, by all means.
Come to me! My first servant!
Starting unsummoned program assault, commencing Spiritron conversion. All systems are go, commencing emergency order. I'm sorry it took so long, Master. First Servant Shielder, Mash Curelight, reporting for duty. I'm okay. Wolves are here now. I'm sure he'd say, Now, calm yourself, Miss Caroline. I'm not here to take revenge. Here to fight for what I believe in.
I like it. I knew you'd be one of the knights of the round table. Look at you now, I'm tempted to make you my 13th paladin. Let's do this, Mash.
It'd be my honor, Charlemagne. Ridiculous. You truly think you can take me? You're welcome to try. Ha! Excellent Gale. Surely wear yourself out. Oh well, I suppose you take this chance to show them the sheer difference in our abilities. We're the threads of fate norms, her attack will never touch me. That is fate. It's the way things are meant to be. My fucking face! What? But how? I hit him.
Nice, let's keep this up.
Right, here goes. No, wait, time out. Wait, so what's going on? My thread of fate. And was snapped. Now it's been weakened. That's right. In his final moments, Holmes told us that won't be a problem anymore. Now I know what he meant. When you defeated him, you also ended your fate. James Moriarty, you were Sherlock Holmes' greatest rival. The reverse is true as well. Holmes was fated to be your rival.
All right, Kedaya. I'll sink to whatever depths I must to claim victory. Not by a thin margin, but an overwhelming one. A victory without employing cheap tricks. A victory that will have you all kneeling at my feet, awed by my might. That is the only victory I will accept.
His spirit origin values are rising rapidly. Looks like he's finally getting serious. That's okay. We're serious too.
Absolutely.
All right. Time to pull out all the stops.
You straightforward, good one. I'll make you with all the power possessing. That and that alone give me the perfect dominating victory I seek. My name is James Moriarty. I'm the fallen disciple, the Napoleon of crime, and the one who will soon command all of Kedaya. Here I come.
Let's see. There it is. Under the sun. I'm fighting a ruler. An avenger is a good option to bring. How did you work again? Let me double check. I don't expect that last technique to trigger. Well, that's fine. Let's see. Do. This one will do nice. Oh wait, that's a 50 start. I don't need a 50 start with her. Do we have anything more potent that doesn't have starting charge? think deeper is not too terrible. Hmm. You know what? Let's go Prisma Cosmos. That might do me kindly. All right. Let's go, Moriarty.
Probability is always a path to a probable future. So you need only struggle with all your might. Now let us fight to the death. Let your forte know.
我が名はシャルルマーニ。ここにナンジラを打ち倒すものである。バンカーボルなんてな。内熱衝撃は想定します。さあ、どこから潰して
Let me see. Increase MP gauge. Fly. Game. State. Invincible MP seal for one turn when you are. Self when you are invincible. Increase. Okay, don't have a lot there. Okay, so I want to do this the turn before, right? All right.
Let's start this with a bang.
Hold on.
You know what time it is. Time for Roleless Camelot. Be gone. Excellent piss. How's your first ball already broken? So sorry to hear that. Okay, that was unpleasant. Guess I underestimated you.
興味深い質問がある悪に従え内熱衝撃は想定します全力全開発動いくぜあオーダー受諾いい判断ですそこだ分断するこれかな穴だらけだぶっついな戦え興味深い
Now then.
トリガーセット
Let's hit him good and hard. Ooh.
パラドクサセット成功であまり全てを照らし出せ
Let's get him, Charlemagne.
永続不変の輝き千変無限の彩り万夫不倒の騎士たちよ我が英雄を指し示せ自は許せファイナル
Oh man, he evaded.
Smite.
Get a mash. Damn, he evaded.
邪悪なる輝きよ
I will not have this nonsense. You will pay. You will perish.
全ては世界の機能不全 私は俯瞰し観測し、そして凪原をマセマチカルマリグナントアナイアレイト、黄金に押しつぶされた。
私の逃げこのようなオルテナウス。
物理で戦え。これかな。
Very well. Let's see.
ドーナツ。ジュピター。目に映る
I'll crush you without a
す
second
べての
thought.
灰に目を背けないで。本当に？そういいでしょう。私の足元で許し
Roadless Camelot.
落ちよ。ロードレスキャメロット。
How's that bitch keep hitting me?
これ
Very inconvenient.
邪悪なる輝きを穴だらけだ。物理で悪にしろ。これかな。
Is that all? Is that all you've got?
ドーナツ。
If
こ
it
れでとどめ
is,
だ。やってみる。目を背
well
けない
then,
で。
you're not gonna like this.
橋渡りしは
Shame I didn't think to prepare any sure hit or anything, but oh well. Ooh, hit him, pigeon.
Jesus, what was that?
Oh, sorry.
Well, you're not used to stuff like that.
盛り上がって
You lost your chance of evasion.
ありえないにも程があります。
I think you're done. No, no, no! This is ridiculous. I can't be losing here.
ぜひ人滅ぜひ及ばず人滅この我が視界ごと飲み干してやってみる。メッセージ
Ugh.
恐れよ。穴だらけ。物理で戦え。
I think it's over. Let's get him, Nobunaga.
から力を貸してくれよ。てめえ
Hold on, just
さらせ
shut
と
up.
申すか。
永続不変の輝き、千変無限の彩り、万不不動の騎士たちよ。我が王友を
Strike him down.
は譲る。俺なる。
I take down gods and humans alike.
権限せよ。
You're
三
done.
千大戦天皇。
No, this is impossible.
あるまい。だがまだ終わらん。終わらせるには
Something missing before I meet defeat.
フィアテウスティタエプリアムンデス。
Holy crap, I lived through the entire battle.
Make no mistake, fate is not set in stone. It is, in fact, easily undone by something as small as a single pebble. Tell me, what do you think you've lost? Sherlock Holmes! Oh, I should have waited to kill him till I defeated old Kadea. Wrong, you nowhere near the answer. It's because I underestimated Tamasu? Wrong again. You're a photograph for abilities from the outset. Who then? Charlemagne? Masculite? All wrong again. Isn't that so nice you're forgetting? Someone rather important to you. Correct Similis. But you didn't do anything. just stood back and watched. He hasn't even fulfilled his roles a mess. Wait, you don't mean? Right, he made your threat visible so I could be cut. Remember this for next time, Greenhorn. Arrogance begets forgetfulness, and that leads you into traps aplenty. Now, here's another question for you. What do you think you should do now? So that you're not about to wait graciously for them to kill you. Well, seems we have another idealist in our midst. You'll never grow up to obey me if you keep this up. Then again, perhaps all the other elements you're mixed in are preventing you from arriving at this conclusion. I can't blame you for being so accepting of death when you're the power of the three goddesses of fate. Remember this too, pretty boy. Escaping swift death might be difficult, but escaping the death that comes for you slowly is easy. You need only let go of your arrogance.
This is as far as I go. And that was the very last of my power.
It was more than enough. Thanks. You really helped me out right up to the end.
What else can I do? Is my master's dying wish.
Right.
Well, goodbye, Codex Similis.
Before you go, just want to say thank you. I wouldn't be here now if it wasn't for you.
You're welcome, Master's Master.
Bye. It would shame I've lost.
Yes, you did. Your spirit organs half destroyed. Magical energy is rapidly fading. Your equipment's so damaged you can no longer use your noble phantasm. You've lost James Moriarty.
Yes, you're right. Quite right. By the way, Mash, I know you're the one who cut my thread, but you're the one who made it possible for her to do so, weren't you, Kodak? Yeah, that's right. Never said I wouldn't help them. Besides, I didn't even have a servant of my own. My help was enough to throw you off. You have no business in this fight anyway. I can't argue with that. Well, now that I have nothing more left to do than die a miserable death, allow me to make a proposal.
Proposal?
Would you spare me? Would you please consider not killing me? Are you serious?
Looks that way. What do you want to do, Master? Just say the word and I'll cut off his head right now.
Wonder where we spare the one who mattered, Sherlock Holmes, our trusty administrator advisor. If I may, I believe I can legitimately claim self-defense there.
Self-defense?
Oh. Well done, Miss Caroline. I have a feeling you'll be the first to realize.
What are you talking about? Ash?
Well, this goes back to when they were still alive. People thought both Holmes and Professor Moriarty died when they fell down the Reichenbach Falls. But Holmes resurfaced sometime later alive and well. Professor Moriarty, on the other hand, was presumed to have really died in the fall. So if we take these events into account...
Exactly. First he killed me, now I've killed him. Makes us even.
What? No way. That can't be right. Can it?
What kind of nonsensical argument is that for James Moriarty to resort to? You owe the Archer of Shinjuku an apology. What do I need to apologize to my older self for? All I did was speak the truth. Well, anyways, not much to worry about. I'm the same poor Charlemagne now. My spirit orders have destroyed. I'm hemorrhaging magical energy like crazy, and the gods' threads of fate have been cut. I'll be dead and gone long before I can leave this singularity. Not even a temporary contract with you could change that now. Yeah, I guess you're right. Unless you got some other trick up your sleeve, you'll be dead pretty soon. You're obviously in no state to keep anything that big hidden. You're not dying in the singularity. But that's it, mate. There's more singularity than that. There's also something incredibly important here. Something that will drastically affect your future. I'm the only one who knows where it is. I'm the only one who can take you there. So what will you do?
I'm just a servant. Sounds like Chaldea's business to me. I'm gonna keep my trap shut. You guys should be the ones to decide.
In my opinion myself too. I know I don't have any right to weigh in on this. Maybe late, huh?
I think we should accept Moriarty's proposal, Director. If Holmes is here, I think he'd do the same. He'd never get so caught up in his emotions that he'd lose sight of the bigger picture.
True, that does sound like him. We think the same, well then, that shouldn't be a problem. It just leaves you, Tammy. What do you think?
Okay, but I want to get him back once first.
Get me back? Oh, you mean corporal punishment? Yes, that's fine.
Ow, 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 ow.
You okay, Master?
Not used to punching people, are you?
To be fair, I used the shield when I punched God.
Now then, about my temporary contract. I'm not making any contract with you, you know why. Good grief, so earnest. Very well then, my contract is yours. You should be honored.
Okay.
I would hope you'd appreciate the gravity of this situation a little more than that. Ever hear the one about buggers and choosers, Moriarty? There, that should give me a little more time. Certainly not a waste on idle chatter.
Alright, looks like things are all settled here. Hey, Moriarty. I hate to entrust this to an embodiment of evil like you. But I'm also pretty sure you're the kind of guy who keeps his promises. So I'm counting on you to watch out for our master. Got that?
Yes, I do. It would be absolutely inappropriate betrayer after I begged her to spare my life. We also know you don't usually worry about how inappropriate something is before you do it, while I'll be watching like a goddamn hawk. I know you know me so well. Oh, though, if you're saying that sort of thing, then.
Oh, right. Time was on my way too, Master. Thanks, Charlemagne. Really, can't thank you enough. Somehow I'm not surprised that you're playing Fate. Hi, Ophelli. Welcome to the stream. Hi, Apple. You missed me crying earlier. Thanks for the hydrate. And the stretch. Anyways, welcome. What brings you by today? Stop. Me? I just stick with whatever is awesome. You know. Or you? You're awesome. That's really all it comes down to with me. Wherever Rex Magnus Carls is in the digital sea, I bet he's happy about how this all turned out too. No, wait. If he was here now, he'd probably say something about wanting to welcome Mash as his bride. Oh, where'd that come from? Oh, don't worry. He's not the type to go after someone else's woman, I think. Not feeling very reassured here. It's fucking Fion all over again. No, it's all good. I was kind of worried about how things were gonna go at first, but now I'm really glad I was summoned. Me too. Glad I met you. Aw, thanks. Sure, I'm happy to hear that. Next time, I hope we get a singularity with a lot more fun and hijinks. Something I wanna... sorry. Something I can bring all my 12 paladins to have fun with. In fact, we can invite the Knights of the Round Table too. Ooh, maybe we can have a soccer match. That's great. Anywho, ever needed my help, just call me. So long. Damn it, I never did get used to these kind of sad goodbyes. Bye, Charlemagne. Farewell, Charlemagne.
Okay, Moriarty, show us the way. And remember, we're all watching you.
Not the way. This point, I'm so weak a bed fall could do me in.
Alright, before we go any further, I want you to tell us something. What's this important thing, and where exactly is it?
You did know that this was the United States before the race shift, yes?
Yeah? Oh, it certainly doesn't look any state I recognise. The only thing, the architecture seems predominantly European.
Well, I'll show you. What I'm about to show you could only happen in the United States.
Is it a living cheeseburger?
No, that sounds ridiculous. What the hell? It's a date within the righteous realm, in what would normally be the state of Nevada. In a certain blank area, even Sancho, competent as she was, failed to notice. Don't worry, you'll see what I mean when we get there.
Alright, but before we do that, I gotta pee real quick. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. I also filled up my water. Oh wait, I just realized I don't think it filled up the pitcher. BRB again. Never mind. Yes, I did. All right. So, Doppel, have you heard about the fake collab? Yes. Yes, I have. Currently, I know about the one that's going on in Mahjong Souls, but also I am aware of the upcoming one for Honkai Star Rail, which I believe is the one you're referring to, correct? Apparently, some character, blonde with armor, sword will appear in Honkai Star Rail as a character. Yes. Yes. I mean, armor is a bit of a stretch. I saw the unique design they gave her. It is very unarmored. I do like the new design, but like, where'd your armor go? Even with your base design, you have like gauntlets or shoulder blades or something. It's just like, nah, fuck it. We ball. But yes, I did see it. We're gonna get Emiya Archer for free. He's gonna be Quantum, and we're going to have to roll for Saber, and she's gonna be Wind. I don't know if they'll be AoE or single target, whatnot. I just know their elements. I know it starts on June 11th. I've been hoarding for them for a while, actually. Uh, I only got shook once, and that was when Castorius came out. And that was because the rule of cool was just too powerful. I saw that dragon rip through reality. I'm like, fuck, that's cool. So yeah, we're gonna be getting Emiya Archer and Artoria. Nothing else was stated, so that might be it. I know the banner's gonna go for several versions, about 3 versions, I guess. So that'll be nice. That's each version being 6 weeks. So that's like 4.5 months that they're going to be available for. That's awesome. That is very awesome. Assuming it doesn't last just those 2 versions, it was going to like end at the start of this second, but I think it's going to be through them all. But anyways, I am quite aware of it. I'm quite excited for it. I've been preparing for a bit. I'm definitely going to have to pull Artoria.
So who's got to hold the reins for the golden carriage?
My team.
Oh yes, suppose must be me.
Honestly, if I get him, be a team in your honor, like some sort of tribute to you, bro. Aw, that's so sweet. Well, guaranteed you're gonna. I didn't know you played Honkai Star Rail. Since you do, you gotta touch bases about that. God damn. But if Blade starts appearing Fate or like one of the men downloading the game, I don't think they're gonna appear. Any of the Honkai characters are gonna appear in Fate itself, or at least not FGO. because FGO is very restrictive with their collabs, and that they only really do Type Moon related collab things. That way they have full control in the company for it, and they can tie it into the lore and whatnot and make it all make sense. It's way past my bedtime, so have a nice dream. All right. Thanks, sweetie. Though I will tell you, there might be some men in faith that might interest you. And maybe some women too. I don't know. Surely there'll be something in there. Lots of love, Doppel. Mwah. Mwah.
Oh, yes, I suppose it must be me, since the only one who knows the way. Very well, let's get going. Whenever, we'll patrol ahead of her, out and around us just to be safe.
I just realized something. Where'd that come from, Tiramisu? Give me a little heads up before you shout next time. Sorry, I just remembered something Pepe said. Couldn't help but notice there's no Team A in that lineup. You're right. We'll have to remedy that someday. Once you're a real master in the true sense of the word, you, me, and Koda can all be Team A together. I can't wait. I had no idea he said that. Forget it. Been a long way to go before you can think about calling yourself part of Team A, Tiramisu. But if we pass up this chance now, we may never get another one. Personally, I'm all for calling ourselves Team A. Compromise then. We'll be Team A minus. Make me feel like I'm back in school. I can totally see that. Maybe I don't really like the negative connotations of minus. Is there anything else we can go with? A-title? Or A-tolade? Oh, or... I guess. So, hey, by the way, I didn't know him that long, so it didn't hit me too hard. What about you guys? Talk about Holmes? Obviously. You have to bring that up, Koenig? It's bad for morale. Sorry, just thought if I was gonna say something, thought I'd be now. Well, of course I miss him. I wish we could have saved him, but if I'm being honest, I'm just in shock. Think he's still alive or something? No. They confirmed his spirit origin signal disappeared shortly after our race shifted. We know for a fact it had to be his. That said, this is Sherlock Holmes we're talking about. Still wouldn't surprise me at all. If he were just come back as though nothing had happened. That is what happened after he went over the Reichenbach Falls the first time. I heard Conan Doyle was too happy about that, though. Gotcha. So that's how you guys feel, huh? Guess that's the difference in knowing so in a long time. Don't worry, I already cried during the event. Man. Indeed. Well said, Mash. Some potentially a member of Count Aya's old guard is one of the newest, and one of its newest researchers. Knowing that handsome devil, he'll come waltzing back in as though nothing had happened. Indeed. I couldn't agree more. I know proof of that, of course. That's what I believe. I believe too, after all. What do you think, technical advisor? Here, I've got this. After all, there's still mysteries yet to be solved. Right, we still don't fully understand who or what the foreign god really is. How Earth got reset like this, or what role the true Vimniuses play. And there's no way any self-respecting detective would leave until all those questions have been answered. Exactly. I couldn't agree more. Need to keep gathering information before he shows up with knowing small this. Hi, Lizard. Welcome to the stream.
We're playing fake Grand Order today. Sounded like a wolf howl.
Don't worry, I've already put up a beast ward. Should keep us safe for the night.
You can change to your spirit form, Moriarty. Traum, yep, we're about to finish it.
Don't mind if I do then. Thank you.
How's Minerva doing?
Not good. She was originally built with Olympian technology, you know. It's the best she can do in the Singularity's time period and technology level.
Good work, Minerva. You can rest now. Camping out like this is a really nice change of pace. I wish Pepe could be here too.
Yeah, that'd be nice. How many mages as good as reading a room as him, that's for sure. Always knew what to say to keep things from getting awkward. Even Akuta would cave when he asked her for stuff. Still can't believe she was actually Yume Ren.
Was it that surprising?
Sure as hell was. It's like finding out your roommate was an alien.
What?
I feel like such an idiot forever thinking she was just a quiet, mysterious mage. I still have no idea how she joined the team in the first place.
According to Queen Skye, Director Mulsbury personally recruited her. He probably brought her in as a way of mitigating the risk of race shifting related existence verification.
I see. I did have a feeling Akuta and the old director made some kind of backroom deal, so I guess I wasn't wrong about that at least.
Come to think of it, there's something I've been wanting to ask you, Kodak. What did you think of Crystaria's plan?
You mean to turn all of humankind into gods?
Yes. It was such a hugely ambitious plan, like a pipe dream. It's curious how much you knew about it.
About as much as Miss Space Cadet to hear that. That is not a damn thing.
Hey!
If everything had gone as planned, we'd probably be enjoying our godhood right now. Definitely wouldn't have had any reason to stop him. I don't think it was a ridiculous plan, but it was definitely surprising.
Surprising?
Most mages are pretty much defined by their self-interest. Even high-minded ideals, like saving all of humankind, eventually get poisoned to the point they lose sight of tomorrow, let alone the far future. Probably if history had kept going, Wisteria would have probably either gained a new apartment or inherited a lord's seat. Either one of these accomplishments would usually be more glory than most mages could ever dream of. Instead, he came up with and tried to carry out a plan that couldn't have been more different. All his hard work, all his accomplishments, glory he won, his incredibly privileged position, he was willing to give them all up because they didn't matter. He wanted to stand hand in hand with the rest of humankind. His skills as a mage were incredible. I personally still couldn't believe he had such incredible strength of mind. Never noticed it when he was alive, though. I just thought of him as a leader we all needed. Excuse me, Kadak. Sorry to interrupt. I want to ask you about David. Crypto waiting for us in the 7th Lostbelt. What's your impression of him? Honestly, I still have no idea what to make of him. Sometimes he seems like he's just lost in endless darkness. And sometimes, it seems like he's shone brighter than anyone else in the room. Other times I think I'm getting through to him about something only to find he doesn't even seem to understand the words I was saying. And yet he was always really good at communicating. Like, alarmingly so. In that sense, it's a lot like Holmes. Sometimes he just chimes in out of nowhere. The answer to the question you were trying to solve. Guess it felt like he was seeing things in a whole other dimension from the rest of us. He's the kind of guy who's both totally disjointed and completely consistent. That's David Simvoid. That's about all I can say about him. Well, that's no help at all. Well, excuse the hell out of me.
You should ask him about Ophelia.
What's up, Tiramisu? Ophelia? Ophelia, huh? Unlike David, who didn't change at all. Ophelia changed a lot. I don't think it's a bad change, though. Actually seemed to surprise her more than anyone.
Really? You think so?
Hey, back before the explosion, we all would have been just surprised to see you being such a chatterbox, Mash.
I see. Suppose you have a point.
Ophelia was. Nah, never mind. Not my place to talk about why she changed at this point. I'm exercising my right to remain silent. You're not getting anything out of me if you turn my collar on.
Oh, don't worry about that. I shut your collar down a good while ago.
You sure? You should be telling me that? Oh well, at least I can relax a little more then. And to worry about someone setting it off any moment was unnerving to say the least.
Okay. Should probably turn in for the night.
Yes, I suppose we should, especially since we have an early morning.
Got it. I'll leave the fire burning.
Night.
Good night, Senpai.
Oh, hey, on a different subject.
Get to sleep already.
Another day of travel. The quadrant finally arrived at their destination.
Oh, right, here we are.
Where's here? Or we're here?
You sure this is the place, Moriarty?
Nothing here, like at all.
Yes, because I arranged it for it to appear that way. With all the correct coordinates.
Hang on, this place. These coordinates. Moriarty, you positive this is the destination you had in mind?
It's just as surprising as it is obvious now.
I see. I honestly thought you might be pulling our leg, and I was gonna have Mash knock you upside the head if you were.
My intent here is not to pull anyone's leg, especially not now. Alright then, everyone say the password with me, won't you?
Password.
Like certain you know it, same password's always been used to open and close doors in the dawn of history.
You really have to say it?
Only if you don't want to see me sulking.
Find me, Moriarty. You're welcome to sulk all you like.
Oh, very well then, here goes nothing.
Open sesame!
Really, Tiramisu? You actually said it?
Even Moriarty was too taken aback to say it with you.
What a waste.
Come on, don't leave me hanging here.
Yes, sorry. Open sesame.
Is that an earthquake?
The hell? There's a staircase out here. What, we gotta go underground now?
Perhaps it's underground, perhaps not. There's only one way to find out, if you're brave enough.
Come on, let's go.
Okay.
At least pretend to be a little worried.
Well, shall we?
I suppose we should.
It's very deep, isn't it? And dark. I barely see my hand in front of my face.
That's a problem for sure. Not the only one. For one thing, these stairs aren't made of stone.
Oh yeah, you're right. The texture clearly isn't natural. Feels fairly modern too.
Watch your step. If you sit and fall here, you'll have a long time to reflect on your errors on the way down.
Still come a pretty damn long way, though. What is this, third sublevel, the fourth?
By my calculations, our destination's on 10th level, or thereabouts. I suspect the one who built this shuttle was wary of someone using a guided ground penetration round through such as a bunker buster.
Huh?
Bunker buster?
I mean, I've heard the word before, but
That's a modern military weapon now. What did that have to do with this place?
quite a lot, you see. Now, let's keep going. Okay, we're down the stairs. Is everyone alright?
So tired. Don't blame you. Going down a stairway in the dark really wears on you. This is up deep down.
Here, Master, hold my hand. That should help put your mind at ease a little. Huh? Master!
Shu!
Don't worry about him. He's already dead.
Huh?
I don't know much more than that. Let's see. I think it was. Oh, yes. It is Xinjing Yan, corpse-free immortal, but in the lowest level of the Zhong realm. I sense he's a corpse. I can't receive magical energy from his master. Zhang Zhou had no choice but to create clones himself and make them forget they were clones. But they became aware of this true nature, lose their sense of self, and ultimately disappear. This way, if you assassinate or killed him well, he would continue to create clones himself so long as his original body remained here. Once resurrected, that clone eventually restored his singularity the way it was. He would then invite more summon servants to join him, fan the flames of conflict, instigate another war between realms. All for his master, but no more. To produce clones in that manner, he had to turn his body into a sort of automated system. It became a system capable of neither evolving nor defending itself, in essence. A mere object.
And he's gone.
So Zhang Zhou was protecting this place? Not of his own free will, no. It would be more accurate to say he had no choice but to do so. His master may have created his singularity, but it was Zhang Zhou who raised it, so to speak. It was his dedication that transformed his singularity into the bizarre, complex thing it became. Alright, I'm gonna open the door now. I suspect you won't be able to communicate with Kodaya once we go through it. In fact, your connection is likely already spotted now.
He's right. We won't be able to maintain comms past that point. All three of you, be careful. Don't worry. Make sure we come back. That's what I like to hear. No matter what you find yourself in there, Codex Iblis, the safe return of the team takes top priority, understand? Yeah, I got it. I just say this, but you're only help. How the other two still have yet to learn the look before they leap. Oh yeah, I know exactly what you mean. We aren't that bad, are we? Yes, you absolutely are. Anyways, guys, just be careful. I want to hear all about what you saw when you get back.
Alright, here we go.
The two mages and lone demi-servant, gaped at the sight that greeted them. Are we in space?
What I need to show you lies beyond this point. Come along then, off to where the singularity began.
Where it began? This is, it looks like, just like, correct? Sorry, it's nothing.
How much further is it? Hey, don't worry, not far now.
Okay, let's go.
Right.
Four companions walked wordlessly along the corridor of space. None could take the time to either enjoy or dread the haunting, beautiful scenery. Tension hung thick in the air as if the atmosphere itself were bearing down upon them. A creeping uneasiness settled over Tiramisu, Kodak, and Mash. It was as unpleasant as it was unwelcome. It was the same feeling one might get tiptoeing along a treacherous mountain path in the dead of night. The strangeness of it warned them all. They were about to see something deeply unsettling.
Well, almost to the Singularity's master. Needs to say, he's been trying to enact his retribution upon properly in history. I believe I told you once he'd had every right to do so, Kodak. In truth, not entirely accurate. Whether his position simply left him no other choice. It was both his assigned duty and his personal responsibility. Even if he had no intention of seeking revenge, his very existence shifted, preventing him from doing anything else. As a servant, Shang-Chi did everything in his power to grant their request, led him to creating this enormous singularity. It all started here in the US, in state of Nevada, in 2019, in Area 51. Well, here, it's the last door. Are you ready?
Tiramisu?
Master?
Open it, Moriarty.
All right.
What it saw within was both perfectly ordinary and anything but. Kodak had been a mage his entire life. Mash and Tiramisu had fought in all manners of singularities and Lostbelts. All three were well accustomed to the strange and mysterious. That is not what shocked them so. They had never before been in a situation with the mundane was so mysterious.
What is this place? Exactly what it seems. You'd call it an operating room, an intensive care unit, or a laboratory. The equipment on the wall is apparently all cutting edge. Best you could leave it alone, though.
No, none of that was a problem. None of that was a problem at all. Their minds refused to process what they were seeing. Every synapse in their brain was screaming at them not to look at what was in this room.
Well, it seemed like time's finally run out. Before I go, allow me to introduce you. This is the being behind this entire singularity. He's a being sent who first arrived on Earth approximately 100 years ago. Since then, he's been subjected to countless experiments, each of which further stroked his hatred for humanity. This is test subject E.
Ew. Dude, where are your bones? There's a stick. Three holy grails, let's go. Light prayers in our hearts. Has vanished. Be able to access it for free missions on the main and early screen. Alright. Considering the time, we could potentially start the next Lostbelt here. Okay, yeah, I did. I couldn't remember if I did my friend points on. Yeah, I think we'll go ahead and start that right now. I don't think we'll get very far into it, but I'm gonna go ahead and start. At least complete the scene that we left off in, the cliffhanger. Bro, where are your bones?
Is that? What is this place?
Looks like an operating room. A corpse of some kind.
So this must be...
Yeah, gotta be what's left of the master of all the servants here. Moriarty called it Test Subject E.
I'm sorry. Blinked out for a moment. Start gathering all the data we can right now.
Good idea. Run all the scans you can. I'll see if I can find any residual magical energy or active spells. I don't really think I will, though. Hard to imagine magecraft seeing much use in the modern facility.
Hi, Priestess. Bye, Priestess. That was... Mash, Kodak, something's wrong here.
Don't do that. Scared the shit out of me. Okay, I don't know expression by now, but... Okay, but I know that expression by now. Serious, aren't you? Mash, hurry up with those scans.
Hey guys, part of the screen's disappearing.
Right, need 10 more seconds to get everything here.
Good. Door still works. News match is done. We're out of here. Come on, Tiramisu. You get over here too.
You're trying to bring the corpse with us?
Or you're trying to bring the corpse with us? The hell? Are you out of your damn mind? Shouldn't be touching that.
No, I'm a little scared, but... I think it at least deserves to be brought outside. Oh! Anyone have a bag?
Senpai.
Priceless sample ingest. Screw it. Can't do anything anymore. Feeling okay? Yeah? Good. Mash, your 10 seconds are up. We need to go.
Right, I have all the data I need. Come on, Master. Let's hurry.
Got it. Maybe grab that stick. There's a stick. That's...
What are you doing, Tiramisu? Move your ass!
And we left the stick. Running.
Bonds, holding physical matter together in here are coming undone. I'm also picking up fluctuation in space-time. This passage is going to collapse before they can even reach us. Master, Kodak, I'm sorry. If we're going to escape, I need to carry you.
Caroline! How's she carrying both of us under her arms?
She's Super Mash.
Please don't say that again, Senpai. Setting round shield to round board position. Opening thrusters maximum velocity.
Right, we have that.
Initiating order trick shield rush mode. Please be careful not to bite your tongues.
Shield rush mode? What was that about our tongues?
Go gadget rocket shield.
Well, the important thing is 3 of you made it back safely. That hour of rest seemed to have paid off well. Now, dude, did you take your Mystic Coat to the cleaners like I told you?
Yes, Director. The Mystic Codes are used in Singularity in the lab right now. Thank you for keeping them in good shape.
Excellent answer, Caroline. Here's a good nod on your part. Tiramisu? How about you, Kodak? Bringing your Mystic Coat like you're supposed to? Yeah, not a moron. I'm about to ignore a direct order from the commander. Very good. Love that, honestly. To be totally honest myself, I've been nothing but impressed by your performance.
Did an excellent job with the singularity. Like cake, yes. Next to you was a piece of cake. Tiramisu may seasoned master, but deep down, still an ordinary civilian, not a mage. And more soft-hearted sensibilities of something always clashed with my more cold-hearted maid perspective. You've proven useful, reconciling these two perspectives. Or reconciling these two perspectives are useful to have around. I hope I can count on your help in the future as well, Iblis, especially since I assume you prefer not to wear that collar again, if you don't have to.
Koda, I understand wanting to show your appreciation, but we don't have all day. Come to the point, please.
Oh, yes, of course. Good work getting back safely with such a long singularity. Thanks to your efforts, singularity which we have assigned to call Traum had disappeared. Great shame that our administrative advisor, Sherlock Holmes, was unable to return with you. But I'm sure he'll be back eventually. When he dies, I give him the grilling of a lifetime. And more pressing concerns right now. You discuss the data that Curelight brought back from Area 51. Speaking of course, that mysterious room, that thing you found there. That's Subject E. They mentioned the rest of the computer room staff are analyzing this all as we speak.
That includes Scion, Professor Elron, the record keeper, and Marcus, the Spiritron engineer, with assistance from Octavia. They're all working as hard as they can. They should have a reporter for us sooner than later. They'd have a report sooner for us than later.
So we just, on standby until then? Now we comes get our mystic codes?
Yes, Simps is airborne, standing by over North America. We'll be heading to our next objective, the 7th Lostbelt in the Amazon rainforest. After you've all had about 48 hours to recuperate. So we have 2 days to rest. That'll be a huge help. Senpai and Kodak both worked really hard down there.
Yeah, honestly, not my idea of a good time. You can definitely use a break, especially tiramisu. Good meal and warm bed. Do more for her than any energy drink.
You mean in terms of bolstering her mental state? Accurate. Summoning servants requires a great deal of mental energy.
I would therefore be like to be certain she gets at least 2 days off each week.
We're back, Scion.
Congratulations on completing your mission. I'm glad to see you all back safe and sound. Not to suggest I was ever concerned. If anything, things went largely as I calculated.
That's so? Guess it doesn't sound like a joke coming from one of Atlas's elite alchemists. That mean you knew about Holmes too. Did you know he was a disciple of the foreign god? That Moriarty's gonna beat him that singularity?
I certainly don't pull your punches, or as it bites, as you are a wolf. At any rate, you're correct. I was certain Holmes was one of the foreign god's disciples. For 2 reasons. First, the report assaulted the Atlas Institute during the 6th Singularity. And said Holmes acquired information by synchronizing with Tri-Hermes. That may not sound like much, but Tri-Hermes is the heart and mind of the entire Atlas Institute. The sheer volume of information considered within would be instantly shatter the spirit order of an ordinary heroic spirit had attempted to access it. Sherlock Holmes may have been exceptional, but his storage capacity was still nowhere near that of a divine servant. There's simply no way a heroic spirit of human, no, a standard servant, could endure such a thing. That's a good point. I never thought twice about it before, because, well, it was Holmes, but... Second, he of all people never once even attempted to contemplate what the foreign god wants. He did not think about it because he did not know, or rather because he must not know. A detective who was supposed to reveal the truth with a line about who he himself was. Cannot speak to how difficult the decision was for Holmes to make, but his reasons for making it were abundantly clear. If I pursue the answer to this question, I will be destroyed. For Chaldea's sake, I must not think about this any further. That was the best, if not the only way he had to walk that line. He may have technically been the foreign god's disciple, meaning that allowed him to be Chaldea's friend and ally. That remained true to the very end. As soon as he realized the truth of who he was, he chose to throw himself over the falls, so he would not become our enemy. Of course, that still leaves one other question. When the foreign god first summoned Holmes, why did a heroic spirit of his caliber agree to be his disciple in the first place?
I'm still not quite sure the answer of that myself. Still, the fact remains that we had no choice but to erase. But he had no choice but to erase his own memories, disappear before he learned the truth about himself. At least as long as he planned on remaining, he knew of him Chaldea's friend. Anyways, it's the extent of what I was able to figure out. You're satisfied now, Kodak Simplest.
So you couldn't trust him as Holmes the detective, but you did trust him as Chaldea's ally. And all that. You know about what his goal was, too. Holmes was one of the foreign god's disciples, then why did he originally make a contract with Chaldea? What was it the foreign god wanted him to do?
Why, to help Chaldea, of course.
Huh?
Though his reasons for doing so differed as a disciple, and after he forgot that facet of himself, he would have taken the same actions in either case. As the foreign god's disciple, his job was to help Chaldea fight the Lostbelts. That is why the foreign god did not get rid of him herself. He was doing the job she gave him. But once the young Professor Moriarty was chosen to be a disciple, Holmes's days were numbered. I guess the foreign god's command was something along the lines of, help Chaldea until they reach point A, then from point B onward, you're forbidden to help them further. In this case, point A was probably the 5th Lost Belt. Point B was something that came after. Or alternatively, it may have been something like, once Chaldea passes point A, destroy them from within. Either way, that time finally came, and he had to choose between Holmes' disciple and Holmes, the administrative advisor of Chaldea. Ultimately, when over the falls, he chose to remain Chaldea's administrative advisor.
That's the part I don't get. Even if Holmes did have to lose to Moriarty so that Terabasu's team could defeat him, shouldn't he still have come back alive if he wanted to fight against the foreign god?
I agree, it does not make sense. The Holmes we know would never willingly choose to kill himself. That's both the biggest unanswered question, as well as a hint to the foreign god's true nature. Holmes must have had no choice but to exit stage left, so to speak. He knew that even as Chaldea's administrative advisor, as long as he was alive, he had no choice but to obey the foreign god. It was unlike any ordinary servant contract, nothing more like a fetish he was helpless to.
Sorry to interrupt, are you still in the command room?
Yes, we are. I'm reluctant to ask, but what is it, technical advisor?
We were just studying test subject E when it came across one hell of a bonus. Apparently, there's an explosive computer virus hidden in the corner of that mysterious lab, and... oh crap, it's gonna blow up. Here, I put the screen on the screen so you guys can see this too.
Did you say blow up? What are you talking about? Don't just let it explode. Cover it up with something. Toss it outside.
Testing. Can you hear me? You getting this? Oh, that's a good angle. Shame I don't have a chair here. Oh well. Good day, Cadians, or is it evening now? I'm James Moriarty, notorious evil genius. If you open this file, then I've probably disappeared. What a pity. So I've taken liberty of recording this video in case the unthinkable should happen to yours truly. Now, I'm sure you and I have had our share of troubles by this point, but I'd like you to put all that behind you. My goal is to save the world, which has proved to be a task Chaldea with the Terabasu's unfortunately not up to. I can save the world far better than she can. Of that I am, or rather was, absolutely certain. To be clear, I'm not doing this out of concern for Master Terabasu. I probably did not say as much since I was a shy fellow at heart, so I lay it all out here. I have no faith in Terabasu's capabilities whatsoever.
I'm sorry, but would you mind if I burn this file out of our database?
Mash is always so protective. I'll let it give it to you, Mash.
If you're seeing this file, you must also have acquired information to test subject A. Well, it should be your job to analyze it and determine what it is. I've decided to be generous and make things a little easier on you. Test subject A is not a terrestrial being. It is the remnants of a being humanity sectored away, probed and experimented upon in that facility over 100 years. I believe its cries of agony as it lay dying are what drove the foreign god, its compatriot here. Unfortunately, I could not determine anything beyond that. I simply lacked the necessary data. Still, with trust my greatest tale on the storm border, I'm sure you'll be able to write the answer yourselves. Alright, Cadet, farewell. I pray you'll be able to uncover the truth. No, on second thought, I don't. Miracles happen only when they're meant to.
praying to God is for students who forget to do their homework. A smug son of a bitch! He just wanted to kick us when we were down.
What a terrible professor. Hope he's not a bad influence on you, Master.
I'll trust Codex unless you Miss Carolina have finished voicing their opinions by now. Before I go, let me give you one last bit of helpful advice. I would hate to leave on so sour, unhelpful of a note if Kildare ultimately declines to summon me. You should know that you have precious little time left to you. Yoga Marie, the fallen god, is planning to strengthen the spirit origin even further. She means to do so via the entity of the outer realm that sleeps in South America, which is one of Brishanon's, the Mage Association's folklore department's ultimate taboos. It's an extraterrestrial, being known as ORT. It could be considered a true invader of this world, and Yoga Marie plans to merge with it. Are you surprised? I do hope you're surprised. Anyways, you did long fest approaches. You may have defeated me, but you've no time to rest on your laurels. The moment the fallen god gets your hands on ORT, the humanity is lost. So, if you don't want to see this planet brimming as it is with possibilities, most wicked, split in two, I suggest you hurry. Did he really say ORT?
What's ORT?
You mean you don't know? Right, you wouldn't, would you? You didn't grow up here and ORT would gobble you and your own ounce up if you didn't go to sleep when you were told.
Was he the fucking boogeyman? Ooh.
Well, I, for one, am jealous. How do I... put in terms even you would understand. Sort of a ghost story of the mage world. RT said to be a monster from outer space that came to South America before the AD era began. They say it kills anyone who gets close to it in an instant. No mages ever entered its territory and lived to tell the tale. Yet for some reason, maybe they decided it was too dangerous to be left to its own devices, perhaps just out of pure academic curiosity. A Grand Mage and 6 Brand Mages decided to raid its territory in South America back in the 16th century. Oh, in case you don't know, Grand Mage is the very best in the magecraft world. They're monsters, powerful enough to single-handedly rival the might of entire nations. Brand Mages are one level below Grand. They're still incredibly talented geniuses, nearly as strong as Grand Mages. So getting 7 incredibly powerful mages together for a single expedition was something that had just never been seen before. In fact, they say the mood at the campsite before they set off wasn't too far from a festival. But ultimately, only one mage made it back alive. He does not go near that thing yet. There's nothing alive on Earth right now that can match it. And for the next era, we doesn't trust our hopes to the creatures, whatever they may be, which evolve after our extinction. After he spoke those words, he turned to crystals right before the eyes of everyone who gathered to hear him. That mage's name was Astia. He was one of the 12 lords of the clock tower at the time. And since what prompted the Dean of the Mages Association Clock Tower to dub the monster ORT. Ever since, a particular region in South America has been known to be off limits to all of humankind. Although, at least in the peasant and mage family I grew up in, it was all just a tall tale. Going off direction things go by, Nobles must have been taught that story as fact, though. Fact scary enough they promptly used to threaten kids into behaving.
Another alien Earth this whole time.
Exactly. Now once you go near ORT, they say, wake not a sleeping alien. My old Dean once said, as long as the planet doesn't scream, ORT will never wake up. Your thumb is deep within South America. So we must make sure to leave it alone. If it stirs, there'll be no safe place left on the planet. That's how scary this monster is, even worse news than the foreign god.
I had no idea a mystic like that was sleeping in South America. As a captain myself, I can't say I'm not intrigued.
That right there, that's a kind of curiosity nearly destroy the whole world. Don't you dare indulge it.
I just remembered something I once read in an article about ORT in Chaldea's library. That ORT was, at present, the most powerful, unknowable life form mages had yet discovered. It's said to be a huge extraterrestrial being which resembles nothing so much as a spider. Its epidermis is supposedly hard, or it's soft, hot, and cold all at once. It generates energy inside its body using nuclear fusion, transforms any matter touched into crystal. It's a threat to humanity that won't be comprehensible to human technology until the year 3000 AD.
Damn, seriously?
That bad. It is far, far beyond anything I calculated. The foreign god wants to merge with ORT. She's already more than powerful enough already. Why'd she undergo such an unnecessary alteration? Well, since she also claimed to be the president of Earth, I'm guessing she may just be greedy. It's absurd. If you were to assign a value to Chaldea's present fighting ability, we might say we're at least level 50. And foreign god would be in level 1000 in that case. There's no need for her to grow yet more powerful, and yet she wishes to merge with our team come, let us say, level 10,000? There's such a thing as over-preparing. At any rate, if Moriarty were in the trouble of leaving us that video, then it's almost certainly true. Go it off, Da Vinci. I propose an immediate change of plans. Though we need to verify that Yoko Marie is indeed capable of fusing with other life forms at all. Her success in doing so with ORT would leave us absolutely no chance of victory. Not even the sacred sword we have finally finished would be of any use against her. The plan we drew up in Britain would be useless. According to the Transmigritus 2 precognitions, a threat of that scale is yet to appear on this planet. There must be some reason the foreign god has not yet been able to find ORT. In which case we do not have a moment to lose. I'm setting the Stormboarder's course for the 7th Lostbelt immediately. Finish our preparations on the way. We must find the foreign god and defeat her before she can merge with the ORT. Great, fits perfectly. Habitat did a wonderful job, as per usual. That mystic code is designed for the expedition to the 7th Lostbelt. Well, really for the battle with the foreign god. The Stormboarder is en route to South America. Our airspeed's 900 kilometers per hour. We should ride about 4 hours. No, it isn't much, but would you like to sleep the next 2 hours or so? I know it's a foreign god. Why looking at me like that? Oh, good. Everything's still in good working order after your emergency assault in Traum. We shouldn't have to worry too much about sending you out to South America. Should be able to operate there full time. Thank you, Da Vinci. Feel better hearing that. You know, I may be off base, but I feel like I've been in better shape than ever lately. The Black Barrel's still a challenge, but I feel much more comfortable handling the Ornatrix now. So it would seem your physical capabilities have definitely improved a fair bit. Keep growing like this, and you should, well, be on one of the strongest servants around one day. We're all very proud to have you representing Novum Chaldea. Thank you, Da Vinci. Still not sure I deserve so much praise. I'll do my best to be worthy of it. Oh, but speaking of the Black Barrel, I'll be restricting your use of it even more. Here on as a rule, you only use it to fire simple compressed magical energy rounds. Calculating a target's life scale with the accomplishment measure forming the Black Barrel itself and generating a dead counter are all off limits. All that puts too much strain on your body, relies too much on Master's luck. Also, I don't want you firing even simple rounds in urban areas either. I already told Tiramisu that too. The rounds affect too large of an area to leave any hope of avoiding collateral damage. I think that's the right decision. Dead counter breaks down the world's own laws. Understand it's not the kind of thing that should be used recklessly. Exactly. This is the reason the Atlas Institute was afraid of turning the very concept of death itself into a weapon. And one more thing. Standard servants have spirit bodies. Even when they materialize, they're still made of ether. They don't have any actual flesh. They can never grow beyond the abilities they had when they were added to the Throne of Heroes. I mean, that's just factually untrue. We already know that. They may not grow via flesh, but they grow in other ways. But as you've obviously aware, demon servants have human bodies, which have spirit organs transplanted into them. You aren't able to use a spirit form, but you do have a real physical body. The advantage that gives you is becoming more apparent. As I've mentioned before, your spirit origin pattern is growing with your body. Well, it does look like the growth stems from your changes in your mental state rather than your physical changes, but never mind that for now. The problem is, you're approaching the state of a heroic spirit even though you're still alive. You remember what servants are called in the Magecraft world, right? Ghost linears. At any rate, if you want to get stronger than you are already, it won't be all that long before you lose the Demi qualifier. So I want you to really think about that before it happens, because growth is inevitable. There won't be any going back. But hey, no need to worry about it too much. Feel like you're getting too close to comfort, take off the Ornatrix and come back to the border. We're not on the same boat as we were before. We have allies we can depend on here in Novum Chaldea. You don't have to fight at all of our battles by yourself. You need help. Work together to come up with something. Tiramisu knows just as well as I do. Neither of you have given up on Director Olga Marie, have you? And I'll be with you every step of the way. I mean, she's obviously the same Olga Marie in Chaldea's database, isn't she? I still have no idea how we can neutralize her, but if we can, there's plenty of chances to talk. The storm border will soon be passing through Central America. No signs of enemy interference from Mexico to Guatemala. Once we cross this vast stretch of white seawater, be at South America's storm wall, the operation begins in 20 minutes.
Alright, I'll trust all of Novum Chaldea's personnel at their assigned stations, yes? We may have moved our timetable up significantly, but all preparations for this operation have been complete for some time now. No call for panic now, right, technical advisor?
Of course. Remember our foreign god trump card, the sacred sword that weaponizes the very concept of a holy weapon. We've been loading it into our primary cannons, the home barrel ray proof, which uses both proper human history's legitimacy and humanity itself as ammunition. We've run over 100 million simulations with it in Transmigretus 2 and have a 99.99% success rate. There won't be any problem deploying it in live combat, even with its transformation sequence.
Wonderful, I knew our technical advisor wouldn't let us down. By the way, this primary cannon, does it have a firing mechanism in the command room that looks like a gun trigger? You'll have to show me later.
Come on, Chubbs. Paul's already made the Marines be firing it, wasn't it? Give it up, would you? Of course I know that, Gibber. I just wanted to indulge my sense of adventure for a bit. You still want to hear my report on Test Subject E, Commander?
I definitely do. What'd you find out?
Little of substance, unfortunately. Learned only 3 things. 1, that operating room has cutting-edge equipment from the same level of civilization as ours. As our own, Test Subject E is out of completely unknown species. Temperamentus 2 has no data on it whatsoever. 3, though it's been cleaned up, found a great deal of human blood and tissue there. I'll need additional time to conduct any more thorough analysis, but right now, the Lostbelt takes priority. So I've halted further analysis with Transmigritus 2 for the time being. Any questions? Said you found human blood. Means someone was killed? Probably a lot of someone's. Good catch. Been thoroughly cleaned, but we still detect a fair amount of blood. A little flesh as well. Something on the side of my nose. Isn't that good? How strange. So yes, barring suicide, it's possible murder was committed there. Aw man, Holmes would love that. But it was an operating room, right? Couldn't someone have made a mistake during an operation? I see, true. There's at least half a chance of that. Though I do not believe most surgical errors result in blood spattering a full meter for the operating table. That's enough about Test Subject E. We'll be in hostile territory soon. How about our reinforcements coming along? On it. This is the computer room, summoning room. For this mission, Transmigritus 2 is recommending we summon 4 servants. While it would be more energy efficient to summon them inside the Lostbelt, we wouldn't want to repeat a Britain situation. We've already summoned the first servant. She's headed to the command room right now. Just be patient. I'll have the other 3 on their way soon too.
Wise decision. We were always screwed for early relay. Realized we couldn't summon any new servants after we entered the Lostbelt. Anyways, I wonder who the first rogue servant spirit to help us conquer the final Lostbelt will be. South America has a share of harsh environments, you realize. So I suspect it'll be a muscle-bound, headstrong, uncultured gorilla of a servant forgotten by civilization.
Nah, it's neither Chris. Hell yeah, girl. High five. Who are you calling uncultured? Such insolence from Chaldea's commander. Nitocris! Yes, it's me. I'm glad to see you in good health. Tiramisu, I heard your pleas for help and came to assist. I take it you know this servant. Nitocris, have you retained memories of a previous summoning? That is, of meeting Tiramisu and Mash in the 6th singularity. It seems I have, yes. You used Chaldea's spirit origin graph to summon me. That could explain why I retained memories of that summoning. However, this is still technically our first meeting, so a proper introduction must be made. You may raise your heads, people of Cal... I see you're all already raised. How insolent. I suppose I'll let it slide this once. My name is Nitocris. I'm the incarnation of the Sky God, and wielder of the mirror of the underworld. Admittedly, I'm not familiar with South America, but the glory of the Pharaoh shines brightly wherever she may go. You may pay me homage and rely upon my aid. So you're the first servant accompanying us, Nitocris. That's encouraging news. You seem a little different than the Nitocris we met before. That Mash, because my spirit origin's different. This time I have my full power right from the start. Thanks to the Storm Border providing me a vast amount of magical energy, my spirit origin has reached its final ideal form. What more, I can now move without my master's presence, thanks to having gained independent action. Woo! Wow, independent action. That is what you're happiest about? I'm astonished, or better yet, stupefied. At any rate, this time around, I am a very independent servant. Hey, way to go, girl. High five. Why do you keep asking me for a high five? Look, you keep coming to me. I require no magical energy from my master, nor am I bound to Chaldea in any way. I am completely free. In some circumstances, that'd be terrifying, but I trust you. However, I also understand what it is I have to do, even without the restrictions of a contract. I, Pharaoh Nitocris, will do everything I can to help Chaldea achieve victory and restore proper human history.
Well, sure it'll be handy to have one as guard servant be able to act independently. But the sheer amount of magical energy needed for that, not to mention the courage it'd take to let a servant run around on their own, is just insane. You guys must trust this Nudicrous a hell of a lot.
Yep, even when she's our enemy, she's helped us out a ton.
Nudicrous, I'd like you to guard Master, well, the whole Fields Ops team, really. We expect the journey to South America to involve a lot of travel on foot. So we'll need a servant who's flexible, good in group battles, knows curative matecraft for disease and injuries.
So basically a bodyguard, huh? In that case, I ought to introduce myself too. Hiya, I'm Habitrot. Think of me as the guardian fairy who lives in Master's Shield. What a polite one you are. You must be one of Bassett's kin. A pleasure to meet you. What's a Bassett?
Very good, still have 3 more servants to summon. I reassure you, I prefer Lostbelt to singularities. Perhaps now we'll be able to enact the mass servant deployment plan we weren't able to use in Tunguska. I have that tree of emptiness cut down in no time flat. Once you found it, of course. Wait, there's no tree in this reading the South American Lostbelt. Isn't that right, Zion?
It is. We've seen none of the energy readings particular to the Tree of Infinite in the South American Lostbelt. Though, of course, the fact this Lostbelt continues to exist must mean there's something equivalent to it. Perhaps it's somehow died, as in Britain, or as in China's may have been hidden.
Either way, Dream Infinite can wait this time. Our top priority is defeating the foreign god. We have to stop you, Olga Marie, before she's confused with the ORT. Please don't forget that. Looks like we're all on the same page with this operation. Good timing. The storm border is just about to arrive at the storm wall. Everyone get back to your seats and strap in. Run Triton engines, 1 through 3 in parallel. Allocate 60% to propulsion, 40% to defense. Preparing to breach the supercell surrounding the Lostbelt. Activate the Bow's dimension-piercing drill. Time to finally take the fight to the foreign god.
I'm sure this will go just dandy. Dun 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 dun.
Made it through the storm wall. Damage to the hull is, of course, minimum. All right.
Cut the commentary. Focus on the report. Give me an external view of the monitor. I want to see this Lostbelt for myself.
Roger that. Switching monitor to external camera feed.
That, looks unwelcoming. It's a wasteland.
I'll expect to see Amazon rainforest. Looks more like we flew straight now. Dry barren ground, thick clouds, storm clouds everywhere, no plants or animals anywhere, rain of volcanic ash. The Amazon said to me, "That's lugs. This place is completely inhospitable to human life. Like a prime example of volcanic winter, even for Lostbelts, utterly beyond the pale."
I could not agree more, Goroth. Far cry from Biosphere 1. Where Lostbelts are dead branches of human history, does not even appear to be a part of the same tree. Now, what could have caused this? What process could result in such an environment? This is shocking. Excuse me. I think you'll want to see this. It's a measurement of the local landmass. What do you make of it, Scion?
I recognize this. I think it's called
Hmm? What the? Seems vaguely familiar. Know what it is, Dimless? Yeah, I do. Can't remember what it's called, though. You tell him, Caroline.
It looks like Pangea. That shouldn't be possible. Possible or not, it's exactly what it is. The supercontinent of Pangea.
I don't understand. Super annoyed. Continent be... How could a continent be medical? Or medicinal? Surely, such an inhospitable place as this can't be called a panacea.
Not Panacea. Pangea, the giant landmass in the Mesozoic era that every continent on Earth broke from. Back in prehistoric times, there was a ton of continental movement, collisions happening on the Earth's crust. At one point, the continent of Earth were all stuck together, creating a single landmass. That was the supercontinent of Pangea.
Mesozoic era?
That's right, the geological time period that took place before the current and Cenozoic era. And going from the oldest to the most recent. At first, there was a Precambrian, an era which took place in 4.6 billion to 539 million years ago. Then there was the Paleozoic era, which took place 539 million years to 252 million years ago. After that came the Mesozoic era, which took place 252 million years to 66 million years ago.
I thought it was 65 million.
And finally is the Cenozoic era. So far it encompasses the last 66 million years. Meow, hi Liz. Welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome, welcome. As you can see, we're playing Fate Grand Order today. We wrapped up Traum, and now we're starting a little bit of Lostbelt 7. We probably won't get that far into it, but we're at least getting it started. Each of the arrows can be broken down into subdivisions we call periods, but we don't need to go into that now.
What are you talking about? Silly bit. What are you silly Billy's talking about? You do realise this is 2019, right? How in the world could we be seeing the Earth from 66 million years ago here?
Really wish I knew. Really wish I knew. Strictly speaking, I don't think this is actually Pangea, though. I mean, there's just no chance of an environment like this giving rise to humanity. They say humans' first ancestors appeared 66 million years ago, but nothing could possibly live here. This looks more like the aftermath of a mass extinction event than... Wait, that's it. A mass extinction? Maybe what we're seeing here is... What's it, Phil? Why are you trying to tell us something? Brain sea alert. We have unidentified objects 10 kilometers off our bow, heading right for us. It's fast and it's freaking me out. It's not even flying, it's surging through space by warping itself repeatedly. It's closing in on us quickly. What do we do, Captain?
Keep it together, Marine. Raise the Stormboarder's electromagnetic barrier and brace for attack. Look out. Tell us what we're dealing with. Better yet, put it up on the monitor.
Yes, right away. Here's the enemy silhouette. Oh, crap. Yes, it is I. Prepare to bow down to me. Oh, it's you. You came here on purpose. You're a pack of idiots. So you thought you'd keep your recent momentum going and cut down the 7th stray of emptiness, did you? You should have thought better. Do you even realize where you are? I chose the Lostbelt myself to serve as my home away from home. I can sense anything amiss here instantly, and I'll be damned if I start letting unauthorized migrants in a while I'm still Earth ruler. Normally, I just use my gravity field to crash through your dinky little ride in the blink of an eye. But rejoice, I'm in an excellent mood just now. See, I just killed 7 of your grand servants, the so-called pinnacles of humanity's final maidcraft, all at once. How the... How the hell were they even here? So you know what? I'm going to give you all a chance. Time to show you I'm only being worthy of ruling in the planet rather than just telling you. Now come on out, humans. This will be your final battle, so make sure it's at least face to face.
You're ready. It's all so sudden, I can't even think. What was that about home away from home? What do you think this is, a vacation? Well, at least she's giving us a chance. And like she's so confident, shouldn't he? Doesn't mean to use those ludicrously powerful pseudo black holes. Fool. Alright then, if it's 7 fights she wants, 7 fights she'll get. Master Tamasu, you stay here in the command room to summon and command your servants remotely. Master Caroline, you head out to the deck and guard them. Remember, you're the cornerstone of our defense. Sion, Da Vinci, you said we're good to go at any time, yes?
Of course, the human barrel can begin its firing sequence. Oh wait, wrong voice. Of course, the human barrel can begin its firing sequence right now.
Good. We'll begin the operation immediately. Targets you, Olga Marie, the fallen god. Well, start by defeating her at the servant battle, then pull her off the deck's border, or the border's deck. That will hit her with a direct blast in the humming barrel, completely neutralize her. Remember, everything's riding on this one battle. Let's go, people. Give it everything you've got and then some.
Alright. Let's see how this goes. Hold on. We're going to want to use a different setup here. Let's see. Take her on. Give that. Give you this. Give you that. And then give you... What do we give you? Some ignore defense might be alright. Alright. Let's see how we do. Your virgin's here. Did you think you'd escape my notice this whole time? Not a chance. You merely slipped my mind.
違うな。少し忘れていただけだ。盛り上がってきた。
Commend you for coming and not cowering.
内熱衝撃が装填します。今のうちに準備白兵戦行きます。前に出ます。やり負けないぞ。ここでまっすぐ。
7機では足りない。キャンプ盛り上がってきた。きれいにしてやろう。
Ow. I.
士族の誇りにかけて華麗に戦うぞ。
以前のようにはいきませんが。神明凍結展開。
Let's get
多
him.
くの道、多くの願いを受けた幻想の城。こうせよ、モールだ。あれはいつか見た終わりの星。どれほど遠く汚れても私は星を探すのです。さあ幕を開けてアラウンドスカイバーン。
Alright, that removes our burn. That's good.
動くな。外すものか。外すものか。
Not much.
内熱衝撃は装填します。
Let's see. Yeah, this'll do.
造作いいでしょう。この剣が
Black Dog Galatane!
震えなさい。ブラックバックガラティーン。鉄は
I'll take those buffs right off you. Perfect.
その目は何だ。きれいにしてやろう。動くな。外すものか。
Holy scratch.
今のうちに準備。いいでしょう。
I'll keep pounding the onion.
命令です。あなたの好きなはありません。
Hell yeah, Bardic. Kick her ass.
余興だ。楽しみがいい。動くな。
I'm expecting more of you.
盛り上がってきた。
ごめんなさい。
余興だ。楽しみがいい。
As did I.
簡単に終わらない。
I suppose. Such things are insignificant now.
楽しく
You ready, Borgith?
以前のようにはいきませんか。
We gotta be sure to powder the nothingness.
落ちよ。ロードレス。
That's not my voice. This is my voice.
妖精さん。拡大。
Black Dog Galatane!
見せてやる。
Boom, bitch. Rock the defense.
神明凍結展開。これは多くの道、多くの願いを受けた幻想の城。こうせよ、モールだ。
Hell yeah.
神にひれ伏してよい。沸騰せよ。外すものか。
Crits hurt.
沸騰せよ。
I've
の誇りにかけて。連続。華麗に戦うぞ。
内熱衝撃は装填します。
I have to proc that on you. Alright,
いい
boom,
です。
boom.
造作も
Boom.
いい判断です。こんなところ。 動くな外すものかきれいにしてやろう
All right, here we go.
目に映る
Let's do it again. This is the best defense I got right now.
神戸を垂れよ恐怖
I don't think Mash is gonna live either way, but we're certainly gonna try.
トールにあたわず謝罪しますわネズミ相手とは手加減をしていたのかぶっ潰れなさい
神明凍結展開
Oh, this one's 400%. Let's go.
多くの願いを受けた幻想の城こうせよモールだやめろ
ひとまとめになれ盛り上がってきた
Ooh, Morgan almost bit the
な
dust.
しでは足りん100機連れて
お
こい
もて直す
Okay, she's gonna spam it out again.
ひとまとめになれ
But Morgan has guts. All right, good girl.
動くな
All right, we made it through.
褒美をやろう欲望の熱は止まらない我が力をいい判断力
I think Morgan's gonna bite it though.
分断するそこだな
そこ沸騰せよ
Yeah, this AoE attack sucks.
ひれ伏してよい盛り上がってきた
交代します
ひとまとめになれ
Ow.
動くな
Ooh, no. We got Draco.
7機では足りん100機連れてこい
この使いが荒い
赤いトゲは茨のこと
Just gonna do it again. All right.
ホーク上様もいいでしょう妖精さん拡大いいとも見せてやるブラックバックガラティーンしつけがいは相性ねはあ無力だたまらなく
Come
余
on.
興だ楽しむがいい
Oof.
沸騰せよ
Ah, damn it.
神にひれ伏してよい盛り上がってきた弁明はありません
I'm gonna have to command seal this.
楽しむがいい
Does that suck? All right, let's see what we can accomplish here. Might need to go ahead and activate this and not worry about the attack boost amount. And just go for it.
任せなよいしょっと
神にひれ伏してよい沸騰せよ
Really? A fucking MP seal? What a bitch move.
赤いトゲは茨のごと
At
く
least I had that.
Gay.
呪いの試合
Boom.
行くぜその心臓をもらい受ける
Nice hit.
よいしょっと
沸騰せよ外すものか
Oh, we're so fucked.
行くぜ任せなおう
Ah, I got so close to breaking the second bar. Damn.
ひとまとめになれ 盛り上がってきた。7機では足りん。100機連れてこい。
Yeah, let's use the command spell. I'm not gonna go much further today anyways. I won't use them the rest of the day anyways, so it'll be fine. Alright. We don't do that one yet. So we're gonna go boom, boom, boom.
この剣は傲慢たる士族の証。震えなさい。ブラックドッグガラティーン。
And break the bar. Ah, so close. I didn't think it would. And then it like got really close. I'm like, oh, maybe. No, not quite, not quite. Damage cut, and now level 3 around Caliburn.
私は星を探すのです。さあ、幕を開けて。アラウンドカリバーン。
ひとまとめになれ。
Can certainly tank that.
沸騰せよ。
And that.
きれいにしてやろう。
And that. Hell yeah. Alright, next. Play that. Combine with this. And yeah, let's throw it on you. Then let's do boom, boom, boom. Set up another one of these.
凍結展開。これは多くの道。多くの願いを受けた幻想の城。こうせよ。モールだ。
More defense up, one more damage cut.
ここで。
How many bars do I have to break for this?
空見たことか。
To say that, I told you, just in my mind, not to give up and play to me.
私に祈るのね。
Ah, so I was really close even without the command seals. Damn.
You're a long way off from hurting me, but the build flash on my skin is nice for once. Your skills are impressive. It makes the time I spent learning to play on your level worthwhile. But now I think it's time for my big move. That's right, the one you've been waiting for. Here comes my gravitational field. Not on my watch. I should be able to handle one of that size on my own. Shield of White. Let only those without sin pass. Mold Camelot! What? You just batted it back to me like it was a ball. Wait, I know what this is. I've seen records of it. It is tennis, right? You didn't tell me you were expert of tennis. I'm not, but I've always wanted to go to the championship. Now, command room! Foreign God's after Mash. Her own attack? Is on the move after Mash's, her own attack. She's at the outer edge of the ball. All engines, full reverse. Ready to prime her cannons. Da Vinci. I'm on it. The firing sequence is almost done. And it's all thanks to the time Tiramisu bought us. Stormboarders transition to drawn sword form. Complete. Anti-threat response. And valve open. Initiating magical energy circulation.
I guess, Nemo, you want to ram it.
Virtual Triton and Gen 5 and 6 are fully operational. Power supply with void space remains stable at maximum. We're good to go, Captain. Let her rip before it all comes crashing down.
It's amazing. What is it? It's really cool, but I have no idea what it is.
Well, we basically apply the same principle used for the Black Barrel. Now, the Black Barrel measures the target's lifespan and inserts it into projectile energy. For the Sacred Sword armament, we made it to measure the target's threat to humanity and proportionally draws on Earth's own defense for energy. You know how living things sends white blood cells after threats? Earth provides energy from its core to power or similar defenses. This lets both the Black Barrel and the Sacred Sword armament attack power and heat uses come from something greater than we can provide ourselves.
Right, which means using the armament doesn't actually consume too much of the Stormboarder's magical energy. We can keep it flying without any problem. All right, Captain, you're up. All right, Gunner, lock your target. Make sure you hit. We'll never get another shot like this.
Don't worry, our target may be the small size. Primary cannon's emission core is phenomenal. Or cone is phenomenal. Correcting the margin for error. Release Shiba's firing safety. Swapping primary cannon magazine to human barrel. Ray-proof fire!
Doesn't fire. Fuck it, ram it.
God damn it, Captain.
Hey, what's that? Oh shit, motherfucker!
Foreign God's still alive. Fane thinks she's stronger now. She absorbed all the energy from the primary cannon's blast.
Huh? But how?
She must be cheating somehow. I bet those horns of hers are gonna absorb all that energy somehow. No, that can't be it. The ray proof is designed to accommodate for scenarios like that. But the primary cannon power output did drop well below expected parameters right before it fired. Must mean...
Not bad of it, damn it, all of you! Just look at her. Maybe she has no idea she survived that blast. It's pretty clear she's really mad. She's about to take her anger out on us in a big way. She's gonna use one of those gravitational fields that destroyed the Wandering Sea to do it.
Crap, she's got a second round loaded. Get a second round loaded, hurry! I'm switching up the settings for the next shot. We can change from photon reaction around to armored jacket, then.
Wait, stop! Picking up an anomaly on the surface! A huge chunk of the ground's falling apart! There's a massive hollow underground. Whoa, how deep is that thing? It's gotta be really hot. Heat source heading out at us from the underground. Ah! Right beneath us!
Oh boy. I know it's coming, and I better make this voice good. Shaya's sick. What is that? Don't tell me that's the Four Gods' new attack.
No, it's something else. Foundation Humanity rating just gave it a negative value. Came from this Lostbelt. Internal pressure, 200 billion. Temperature 600 million degrees. Density 160 times that of water. That is a sun, no doubt about it.
What, Miniere, what's the situation on the deck?
Foreign God and the pillar facing each other. Ash is standing by, ready to react to either of them. Honestly, she's pinching herself way too hard.
Mash, get back inside. Stand by the shuttle boarder's hangar. Understood. Falling back to hangar 1. Tiramisu, Kodak, Miniere, goes for you too. In fact, the entire rest of the Chaldea staff should hurry to the shuttle boarder's hangar.
You mean you want them to retreat? What about me and Sion?
It's still too soon for the commander to leave. As for Sion, she has to stay here to keep me around. Da Vinci, leave the computer room and head for the hangar as soon as you get the chance to.
Then you'll say the army early staff staying? But by the commander or not, I'm still a human.
Get a hold of yourself. You have nothing to worry about. I'm here to protect you.
What about the Nemos? Nemo is the storm porter, remember? He's telling us he's sensing danger coming. Just do what he says. Once we back up with Mesh, he'll be able to act that much more freely, isn't that right? Exactly, Kodak. Now go on. All of you hurry to the hangar. Here, send a Marine with you if you need to contact me. You can do so through him. Aye, aye, Captain. You can count on me. What is this line? I didn't see anything like that in the subterranean world. Hmm? Oh, that's Cuckoo. I recognize that noble phantasm. What do you think you're doing? You're about to get bitch slapped is what's gonna happen. Jesus. This ship is my car. Leave it alone, Lord. This sensation is not like the fire, but fusing a plant and mineral. So it's a sun, the plant, and fire and mineral all in one. But nothing like this should exist anywhere in. Damn, I can't hold it off. It's actually more powerful than me. Yeah, that's Cuckoo's noble phantasm. Oh man, I don't like the sound of that at all. And there's the heat. What's going on there? No gawking. Running in time now. Nemo wants us in the hangar so we can get to the shadow porter. That means he thinks we might crash. Right, Tiramisu? Yeah, that's right. Wait, really? Oh my gosh. You're so cool under pressure, Captain. That's why outside our area, though. That's way outside our area, though. We just carry supplies, clean, give reports and stuff.
Ah, Jesus!
Fuck. Ah! Oh, shit! Away! Ah! And we're falling. I'm sorry, everyone. All hands. The stormboard sustained massive damage. It cannot stay airborne. Gonna attempt to bring us down to the surface. No, inside the hole that opened up beneath us. Brace for impact. Also used our remaining magical energy resource to summon the 3 other heroic spirits as planned. They should be able to help Master Tiramisu. I'm sorry. That's all. I'm going to use all the magical energy I have left to try and land safely. Whatever it takes to keep you all alive. After that, I wish you luck. Oh, sweet. I forgot this upgrade happened. Did it get anything else besides that just boost of power there? Or to add something else? Increase defense, increase overcharge, apply incoming damage, cut status, 3 times 5 turns, and increase attack. Effect increases overcharge for all allies. Oh. I didn't realize I didn't have that yet. No, wait, this is on Lord Camelot. Not Mold Camelot. Cool. So it gave the attack buff on Lord Camelot. Oh, what's this? Apply invincible and target focus, decrease HP for self.
Do that again. And ignore invincible. And gains in crit stars. Ooh. Paradox cylinder. That's a long one. So I think that's as far as we'll go. So, with that being said, I guess I'd like to wish you all a fond farewell and thank you for stopping by. If you like this, of course, follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing because it really helps me out. I'll be back on Monday, so don't miss me too much. And next time we do Fake Grand Order, we'll be either doing an event or we'll be starting to tackle a good chunk of Lostbelt 7. And until next time, everyone, fare thee well. All right. Bye-bye.